to be joined by Jay Williams for what should be a terrific matchup here tonight. From Quicken Loans Arena, tonight the Cleveland Cavaliers taking on the Houston Rockets. Here we go. Cleveland starts with the basketball. George Hill to J.R. Smith. Screen coming. Smith to Corver. Love. And knocks it down. And Jay, the system produces once again.
Ooh, welcome to the new reality. Positionless basketball. Bigs are now PGs with the ability to drain threes.
Paul to Harden. Nothing going here on that drive. James Harden pulled in by Kevin Love. Corver to J.R. Smith. Here's a chance from long range. Won't go down. To Harden. Down low, Capella. From the painted area, won't go down.
And physicality is your friend. Don't let these guys get any easy ones down low. Make them look at the refs, wondering where the foul was every time. Ed, you ready for another fun fact about the Houston Rockets?
Let's do it.
Okay, the team was established in 1967 and was given the name the Rockets because San Diego was the home to many space-age manufacturers. When the team eventually moved to Houston, the name still fit, giving Houston's association with NASA.
Wow, so Houston, we have a problem? All of that associated with space? Who knew?
Are you saying that because Carmelo Anthony's in town?
No, Apollo 13.
Oh, okay.
Here comes the screen. 5 to shoot. Hill. Tough shot. Well defended.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Cleveland has the basketball.
I got him. Here we go.
Hill. Nice pass to set things up. Love. Wide open look, won't go.
Woo, I'm telling you right now, he will not get a better look than that right there the rest of the night.
To Capella. Tucker. Pass stolen by the Cavs. Corver to Love. And he's fouled. He's going to the line for 2.
It's still early, so no real impact on that call. But you know that they're going to call this one tight, so you might want to keep your hands out of his pocket.
Misses the first. Good recovery. Hits the second free throw. Here's Paul, controlling the offense.
2 minutes remaining in the first quarter.
Nothing going here on that drive. Ooh, Chris Paul. 2 for 2. That's what you want.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Sexton. Out of bounds the call off P.J. Tucker. Substitution being made in this one.
Number 22.
Corver. To Rodney Hood. 5 to shoot for Cleveland. Knocks it down off the step back.
clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Paul into the front court. Looking to make something happen. And it's cleared by Thompson. Short jumper won't go down.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure, you know you're in a safe place.
It's Paul for two. He's looking for that touch.
And that's how you close out on a shooter with a sense of urgency. The shooter was more worried about his landing space than he was his shot.
Sexton. And he's fouled. Very close. Free throws coming up.
You see this all the time. The defensive players establishing his presence on the court and also checking to see how far the refs are going to let him go.
Larry Nance Jr. has got 2 shots coming. For his career, 68%. And he connects on the first free throw.
Number 1, Michael Carter-Williams.
Two for 2 on that trip. Paul with it up top. Their score 12-8. Deep left corner. Oh, had him going there for a second. Shot from the lane won't go.
I got ball. Ice.
And he buries it on the step back. Jay, this move continues to evolve since the days of Allen Iverson.
It does so much, Ed. When you step back east or west while maintaining your dribble, look at all your options. Number 1, a hezzy. You look at the rim. The defender jumps. You blow by him. Number 2, maybe a crossover in the same direction you just came from to throw the defender off. Or number 3, a raise into an easy jump shot. It's easy when you have this bag of tricks.
And when the game's on the line, that's arguably when it's most dangerous. On to the second quarter. Neither team sees control in the first. Some interesting things, though, certainly on display.
And we're exceeding the speed limit. These guys are playing fast. And the thing I love about it the most, there's entertainment in this game. Guys are looking away after they shoot the ball. Guys are clapping. Guys are energetic. This is why you love this sport.
Cavaliers with the basketball. Sexton. Gordon with it. 14-10 the score. Lays it up and in.
Good shot. That's up, baby. I got ball.
Sexton. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Jay, last year, Rockets 65-17. Good for #1 record in the West. What's going to be good enough this year for the Rockets to get to the NBA Finals?
Well, you need CP3 to be healthy. If he's healthy, you can make an argument that the Rockets may have won the Western Conference Finals against the Golden State Warriors. But also, I think James Harden needs to continue to build on his play in the playoffs in particular. Everybody knows about how great he was during the regular season, but those last 6 games against the Golden State Warriors, he really struggled from the three-point line. He shot 37% during the regular season. He shot 20% in the Western Conference Finals.
4-3, buries it on the catch and shoot.
Well, the defense has been good, but the shot-making ability has been better. And sometimes for NBA players at this level, the more you're in their face, the more it helps them center their focus on the target, which is making the shot. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, it's a real thing, man.
Hood to Colin Sexton. Cruises inside for 2.
Not only does he have the frame, not only does he have the speed, but they called him the young bull for a reason. Let me bring you back to a game where he played against Minnesota. Multiple kids on this team when he played for Alabama got hurt. There were only 3 players for Alabama to play on the court, 3 versus 5. Colin Sexton had 40 points and almost led his team to a victory. That's how easy he makes it look scoring the basketball.
Some lineup changes now for both clubs.
Subbing in for the Cavaliers, number 3, George Hill.
Paul to Harden. Shot clock's at 5. Down to 4. Short jumper misses. And the nice finish at the rim.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
Rockets have the ball. James Harden fires for 2. It's Love with the rebound. Smith into the front court. Lead stands at 7. And the Rockets clear the board. To Anthony. Oh, with the foul. And a chance coming up at the line.
You got to know your personnel. That's not someone you want to send to the line for a free 2.
Knocks down the first.
For the Rockets, number 2, Brandon Knight.
Goes 2 for 2. Hill into the front court. Leads 5. To Love. They'll get it down to Thompson. Tristan Thompson with the slam.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Paul. Nothing going here on that drive. Here comes the screen. Going to launch beyond the arc. That's off the side of the rim, no good. Hill across the timeline. His team up by 7. Korver to Love. Goes to the left side. Short jumper off the mark. Paul. Hill into the front court. Under a minute to go before halftime. Here comes the screen. Corver to Hill. Gets it in the left corner. Beyond the arc for three. Well defended. Paul into the front court. They trail by 7. Ooh, Chris Paul. 3 for 6 now.
Look, the Rockets don't take too many mid-range jumpers. Actually, last season, they led the league in three-point attempts. Glad to see them actually find a two-point shot relevant these days.
To Love. George Hill. Fires the 3, and George Hill good on the quick release for 3.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Oh, he had him there for a second. Jumper's good. Late heave to beat the buzzer. Time expires to end the first half. The Cavaliers with the lead.
Thanks, Ed. Let's get right into the action here. The Cavaliers
will start the second half with a decent lead.
It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. These are the guys getting buckets for the Cleveland Cavaliers.
The Rockets have dug themselves a bit of a hole after 2 quarters.
They don't have a single player that can claim double figures in scoring. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Houston Rockets.
Game traffic. Bench points.
The Houston Rockets had enough difficulty dealing with the opposing starters, let alone their bench players. They really need to adjust for the depth of this opposing team and figure out how to slow them down.
Player of the half.
Kevin Love is providing all of the evidence needed to show that rebounding starts with positioning. You don't need to be the strongest man on the court to have a chance at a rebound. Of course, it doesn't hurt if you're the strongest man out there.
Who was cold?
Forget cold. This guy will be happy to be lukewarm at this point. He can't seem to get anything going.
We handpicked them for you. Here are the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
Fellas, back to you.
Tight game through the first 2 quarters as we resume play here in the third. It's Rockets ball. There will be no shortage of shots for Carmelo Anthony and Mike D'Antoni's offense, Jay. Why is it a good fit for Melo in Houston?
Well, a couple of things. Number one, if there's one guy you need to trust, his name is Daryl Morey. And the Houston Rockets organization is a stat-driven culture. So he understands at this juncture where Carmelo Anthony is in his relationship to his career. Playing with 2 pass-first type PGs in James Harden and CP3, who averaged a combined 12.5, 13 assists last year, will open up the floor extensively for Carmelo to knock down those jump shots.
And he buries it.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Hill across the timeline. His guys lead here, early stages, third quarter. Nothing going here on that drive. Smith to George Hill. George Hill. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field.
The okey doke. Let's see if he'll try that one again.
Has a chance. Gordon shot, no good.
I just love where this takes you into the psychological battle as a player offensively. Was that a great contest, or did you just miss the shot? But now you have me thinking about that the entire next possession.
Houston with the basketball. Paul to Anthony. Lets it fly from long range. Tucker, dead on three-point shooter. Tough to guard.
I hope everyone here knows the golden rule. Guys, remember, sharing is caring.
Hill to Love. George Hill, down low Thompson. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. Jay, I'm surprised. He had a chance to wrap him up.
Well, you're not the only one surprised. This guy is not a good free throw shooter. You never let him have an easy bucket. If anything, make him earn it at the charity stripe.
Oh, had him going there for a second. Tucker to Anthony. Yes, Carmelo Anthony. Not a busy night, but effective. 2 for 2.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
To Korver. From the painted area, won't go down.
Yo, big kudos to the defender. It seems like his mere presence in the paint was enough to make the offensive player miss the shot before he even got off the ground.
And the rebound comes down to Thompson. In the front court comes Smith. Leads just a point. Can't get the bounce. And now Houston has the basketball. Anthony to Paul. Oh, he had him there for a second. Ooh, Chris Paul. He's 5 for 10, shooting 50%.
Ed, all this talk I heard over the summer, what about CP3's hamstring? Will he be able to get back his first step? Will he still have it? There you go.
Looks like both teams are making substitutions. Hill to Rodney Hood. With a drop step. Goes reverse to lay it in.
Old school equals high percentage.
Rockets in control of the basketball. Who left in Houston? Luc Mbah a Moute to the Clippers, Trevor Ariza to Phoenix. So, Jay, how do the Rockets adapt without 2 key wing defenders this year?
Well, other guys need to step up. I think you need to see P.J. Tucker step up. Gerald Green, we all know how explosive he is offensively, but he needs to make that applicable to the defensive end. Michael Carter-Williams is another big acquisition. He's a bigger guard who can use his length to deter shots. And also another kid, Markel Brown, who played at Oklahoma State, extremely athletic, explosive on the perimeter. But these guys can do it by committee.
And a putback slam.
When you let him get inside position like that on the glass, you can expect that every single time.
Harden in possession. His guys down 3. Nothing going here on that drive. He's denied.
Oh, he just blocked that shot out of bounds.
Yeah, they're lucky they get the ball back. Time to shuffle things up.
For the Houston Rockets, number 10, Eric Gordon. And number 42, Nene.
Paul to Harden.
Watch that back door.
Count it.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Hill into the front court. Shot clock turned off as they try to extend the lead. Love. Kevin Love. He struggled just a little bit. 2 for 5.
I don't know how he saw his man out in the cut like that, but that was nice.
Number 3, George Hill.
Corner 3 at the buzzer. The Cavaliers start with the basketball here in the fourth quarter. Partner, you and I were just shaking our heads during this quarter break. We can't believe how good a game this has been.
And we've seen this so many times with the teams that are the most talented on paper. This shouldn't even be a game. But sometimes an underdog, they rise to the challenge. And they've really hung in there all the way in these 3 quarters.
5 on the shot clock. Has a look. Hill shot, no good. Houston takes over. Nene. To Paul. Takes stock of the floor. Paul. Shot off the mark. Good defense.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
To Paul. No love lost. It's Love with the block.
You know, sometimes basketball can become a very beautiful thing to watch. During the regular season, things can get difficult. Energy can be low. The passion at times can even be lower because players are tired. They're fatigued. But today, it's all been good. They're putting in an absolute show with killer efficiency and tremendous effort and intensity.
Short jumper won't fall.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure, you know you're in a safe place.
Rockets have the ball. Paul to P.J. Tucker. Oh, had him going there for a second. Nothing going here on that drive. To Paul. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. And Chris Paul, veteran move. Well defended, still buries the 3.
Just because someone is listening to you doesn't mean that they actually hear you. At the end of the game, when players get tired, they listen to what the assignment was, but they didn't hear what it was.
Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. Hill driving, but his shot won't go.
It's easy for the offense to get agitated when you keep turning around and the defense is right there in your face. The jawing is only going to escalate.
Harden. Can't go down. Smothering defense.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. Oh! And he can't keep it in off the block.
Man, that was impressive. Wide open look, won't go. And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. The result, he's going to the line.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
George Hill at the line for 2 shots. For his career, 80% at the line. Nope, first one does not go. So he goes 1 for 2 from the line after hitting on the second. With the rock, it's Chris Paul. Sizing up the defense. Paul, it's good. And the foul. And he's going to the line for a chance at a 4-point play.
The defender cannot be caught with his hand staying in the cookie jar. What I mean, contesting that pocket. You have to keep that hand going in and out, going in and out. Keep the offensive player thinking about where your hands are at all times.
Chris Paul with a chance at a 4-point play. A career 86% from the line. Got it. Hill across the timeline. They're down 3. Gets a look. Can't hit.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Textbook Melo. Hand in his face, lets it fly, and scores.
And watching all these great shooters on the floor at once, it almost mesmerizes me. It's like you're watching the shot in slow motion. The backspin, it gives off the feel that the ball's going in every time.
From long range. Off the mark. No good.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
Anthony with a shot. That won't go. Fires the 3, and he stays cold from deep as he misses another one. It's no good. Nene to Paul. Nothing going here on that drive. Paul to Capella. Paul. Yes, tough shot. It's got to go up to go in. Jay, he's played for a number of teams in the Western Conference, no less. What do you make of Paul and his willingness to embrace a challenge?
Well, for the first 12 years of his career, he was ball dominant. The ball was forced to be in his hands every possession because nobody else, other than CP3, could make a play. Now there's a shared responsibility with the playmaking skills, and that only allows him to play looser, to play freer, to play more like he played in college, hunting his own shot and thinking pass second, score first.
Now the Cavs gonna signal for timeout. They're down big in this 4th quarter, and a chance here to empty their bench. We have both squads set to make some moves right now. Korver. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball, but sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Larry Nance Jr. trying to cash in on the 3-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. Free throw is good to finish off the 3-point play. And the margin down to 8. To Paul. Down low, it's Gordon. Works it. Paul. It's been a good night from beyond the arc. He's 5 of 6 from deep.
It's called room and rhythm, Ed. If you don't crowd him defensively, you allow him to have room, he will find that rhythm from behind the arc.
Little R&R has never hurt anybody, Jay. Kevin Love, 3 for 6 now.
Sometimes you hear people give all these fancy breakdowns, tell you all these different things they can do. That was just plain old simple bully basketball. Muscled his way through the lane.
Deep 3 at the buzzer. It's the Rockets who are victorious as they get a good win on the road. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Here we go with the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Rockets got themselves a win here today. And of course, I've got to mention how many times they scored from beyond the arc. They were so confident with the three ball, and it was instrumental to their success. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Houston Rockets. The Cavaliers didn't lose big, but it wasn't exactly close either. And even though some of them smiled and shook hands with the other guys after the game, you could tell by the way they headed to the tunnels how disappointed they were about this loss. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Game track. 3-point shooting.
The Houston Rockets
Did their best work away from the basket. They used a combination of perimeter defense and long-range scoring to get themselves the win.
Player of the game.
Chris Paul could not have been more impressive in this game. The way he scored the basketball looked like he was playing with kids in high school.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have their off nights. Today was just one of those days for this guy. Top plays, and we've got 3 of them for you.
Number 2. Number 1.
On behalf of Ed Cohen and Jay Williams, this is Jalen Rose signing off.